Welcome to the Miss France 2025 recap. I'm Dani. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check out my free pageant prep course. It is linked in the description and it is packed with free pageant resources just for you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel by clicking on this episode, but if you'd like to support in other ways, check out memberships. So let's talk about this. Strong opening at the top of the show. We opened with a Donna Summer song. Oh my gosh, the thrill and excitement I was feeling. Love this song. They're about to get me up on my feet, dancing. The dancers, the staging, the queen, her outfit, the crown, when she walked out with it. I recap a lot of pageants every year, and some of them are very disappointing to see, and Miss France just makes it all worth it. I know I can count on Miss France for a great show. Every year. Miss France, you make recaps worth giving. Look at the entrance of their host from the ceiling. This show is everything. I love it. We also got to see the former Miss Frances on stage dancing. Kylie Minogue was playing. Just the music, the costuming, the performers, everything about the show is fantastic. Then we had this clip of Boogie Nights. The ladies were in white. The dancers were in white, very John Travolta. There were slow-mo shots. Everybody in the audience was thrilled and excited, and they were happy to be there. You could tell they were happy to spend that money on those tickets. And if you deliver a great show, people are happy to give you their money. It just makes so much sense. Fantastic. Packed audience, massive show, great viewership online, and you can see why. Now we saw this 1960s little number and it was fantastic. The music was super fun, the dance moves, just the ladies were so cute in this. If you're new to Miss France, these are really quick clips and glimpses that we get to see of the contestants, at least from the telecast side of this. I'm sure that they're probably at the end of the runway a little bit longer during the live show, but this is what we get to see. So based off of that, here are my quick impressions. Roussillon, very pretty. Martinique, very electric. She reminded me a lot of last year's winner, who was like always working it on stage. Provence, beautiful, love her. I feel like their winners are usually blonde though, am I wrong? I feel like we get a lot of them. Mayotte, great on stage. Normandie and her little spin turn, I love it. Nord-Pas-de-Calais, the curls are so cute, great styling for her. Bourgogne, very impressed by her, loved it. Honestly, this group as a whole really stepped it up. In terms of performance that I've seen at past Miss France editions, I just thought that this particular grouping of contestants was very strong. Also, I really love that one of the songs that they danced to was from one of the judges. It was one of her songs. And it was just so cute that she was there judging and she got to see them perform to her song. See, I just love those extra little moments that they create of Miss France. So much thought and consideration. The next segment was a saloon. Very Cowboy Carter vibes. I was waiting for that, but I love that they started with a song that I love. You wore black and I wore white. You would always win the fight. Oh, bang bang. I love that song. My baby shut me down. So good. What a great vibe. And then it cued to This Ain't Texas. And yeah, this ain't Texas, okay? But these outfits were so cute. Can I please wear this for Halloween? I can't. The little hearts on the butt and the fringe. They're so cute. They're so cute. Let's talk my standouts. The ones that I noticed. Lorraine, beautiful. Aubergine, great color. This color on her was really working. It was like, girl, that's your color. Ile-de-France, very cute. Corse stood out, and I really also liked that they did pink smoke. I've never seen pink smoke on stage for a pageant, ever. Oh my gosh. Then they had a little number to Jolene. Okay. Jolene. Anyways, adorable. Also, the men look very Ken-inspired, if you know what I'm talking about. They look like Ken from the Barbie movie this year, those outfits. That's hilarious. I'm obsessed with the costuming here. Tahiti in that spin turn, I was loving it. I was surprised that we're seeing a lot more spin turns. We're getting a little bit more creative here with the walks in France. Saint-Tropez de Loire, great performer and a great dancer too. And I was like noticing her not only when she walked up, but when she was in the group. Now the next segment was like this dreamlike state. They looked like they were wearing these pink nightgowns. Oh, just like so cute. Then they took them off and then these bright red, really cute little outfits with fringe and boots. And they were dancing to single ladies. Oh my gosh, I get so excited with this show every year. I need to go. But it always like coincides with Miss Universe, usually. Côte d'Azur, beautiful. Really facially beautiful. I was like, wow. Guyane, Yes, so lively. Now the next set of ladies revealed blue costumes and they were dancing to Lady Gaga. Pays de la Loire, beautiful. Languedoc, I will say, was kind of on my edge for this segment, but she did stand out to me. Now they did a dirty dancing segment. Oh my gosh, it's just, this is like my dream pageant. This is my dream pageant. I'm like living my childhood through this pageant every single year. Alsace, I have to say, has so much presence, and Guadeloupe, so cute, and she did the lift. She did the lift. I'm so thrilled. Brilliant. Now we had a Footloose segment and they had them doing the jive. They were out there jiving. Impressed. For their national costume segment, they did an Olympic themed segment, obviously inspired by the Paris Summer Olympics. Could not believe that they literally had a giant parallel bar in the back of the stage and there were actual gymnasts on that bar. There were male gymnasts and they did this handstand for who even knows how long. I was holding my breath the entire time, hoping that nobody would fall out of this. There was one that looked like he may have fallen out of it, but I mean, he didn't, but it looked close. Amazing. I was honestly just really focused on the gymnasts in the back for that segment, but the ladies look great. Let's talk about their national costumes and which ones stood out. Tahiti, very cute. Love the use of natural fabrics and fibers for this. It was great. Midi-Pyrenees, great color. Love the shape of this. The shape is what really stood out for her and very princess-like in the color as well. Guadeloupe, very cute. I love that she had on capris and like a little skirt, like the little side pieces. It was just unique. Pays de la Loire, I don't know what she was wearing, but I really liked it. Yeah, please explain the meaning. I just thought she looked cute. Lorraine looked like a superhero. I'm not sure what this was. She did a little dance, and so I enjoyed it. I thought she looked great. Côte d'Azur. I just have to comment about her hair for this. I need the hair care routine. So beautiful, so shiny, so luscious, just looks so healthy. I love it. Corse, I don't know what she's wearing, but I think she looked really cute here. Please, somebody share the meaning behind this. I really wish that they would share the meaning behind it, like on the screen, like just a little info about that national costume. Aubergine looks like a forest fairy. I like the royalty vibes going on. Centre-Val de Loire. I think that we saw kind of this like coat of arms inspiration, like a royalty theme, and we saw a lot of that this year. I would say at other national costume competitions, I believe at Cosmo, we saw a few coat of arms inspired outfits, and I like that. Ile-de-France. Is she the Moulin Rouge windmill? Is that what she is? I don't know. I think so. I like it. Normandie came out as a whole castle. She was the whole castle, and I appreciate it. Rhône-Alpes wore this all black costume, and I feel like that's really rare to see for national costume contests. You can end up standing out because everybody's saying, oh, black, it's so dark, but if you're on a bright stage, the black can stand out. Aquitaine had a big skirt. Don't know what it was for, but she was standing out because of it. Réunion had this kind of skirt reveal happening, and I liked it. I don't know the meaning, but I enjoy it. Guyane had this flower reveal. Big national costume. We did see something like this at Cosmo, and I loved it then, and I love it here. It's great. Beautiful. I wonder if that's what inspired her. Alsace, I don't know what this is, but I love the bow in the back, especially the bow. I was like, oh, it kind of gives me like Victoria's Secret vibes. Like, we saw similar things at their show this season. Martinique went a very different direction. I would say her national costume and the way that she carried it, so elegant, so queenly. Then we have to talk about how there were literal gymnasts at this point flipping in the back behind the contestants. That stage has to be huge. Huge in order to be able to pull this off. I love it. I also have to say that I do love the gown that the female host of this show was wearing. Beautiful. Swimsuit competition opened up with a Spice Girls song, and I think that they look so cute in these little one pieces, these floral ones, and the way that they used the camera to start backstage and then lead on stage is what Miss America, I could tell. It's what they were going for this year at their intro, and it just didn't quite work out like it did here. Let's talk about my standouts here. Poitou-Charentes, I think that she has really great legs. I was like, oh my gosh, like long legs, beautiful on stage. Picardie, I really liked her confidence. I thought that she was just like working it, like living in the moment. Makes me happy to see. Corse, really cute on stage. That was my note for her. I was like, you were just so cute. I love you. Roussillon, really pretty and honestly just a great performer. Nord-Pas-de-Calais, very pretty with her curls. Just the face is what stands out with her. Mayotte, she looked really young but also like very fresh and I just liked her a lot. Normandie, when I saw her in this segment, I was like, you remind me so much of Amandine. Guyane, look at her with her slow little spin, turn, and face reveal. Very good, loves this. Aquitaine stood out to me. Ile-de-France, I really want them to send her to another international competition. She should be representing France somewhere. Centre-Val de Loire, very beautiful. Côte d'Azur reminds me of what Miss Provence in this competition usually looks like, but very, very beautiful. Réunion, I think that the posing needed some work, but I still really liked her. I would have still been advancing her. She has something special. Tahiti, I think, is so beautiful, but I do think that she needed more glam makeup for the stage. Martinique, I was really surprised here because I just feel like I did not see enough of her during this segment. Like the camera cut away so quickly. Lorraine, very, very pretty. I do, however, wish that she would have had some extensions, but it looks like they don't use any extensions on the contestants in this show. Like very natural beauty. Also, I love that the judges are just having the best time, like always out there in the audience dancing. Like I would be having the best time too. They have the best seats in the house. Next, the semifinalists get to present a short speech. And I feel like in general, this doesn't necessarily mean a make or break moment for most contestants. It's like if you can get through this speech and not quote unquote mess up, right? Or pause on stage or just blank out and the judges already liked you, like you're still going to be moving forward. But I do feel like there's kind of two purposes. It's like if you do end up blanking out, then that's where the judges can weed out the contestants. Like if they completely just fall apart on stage. It's like, okay, she's not prepared for this, we're not going to advance her. The other side of this is I think that you can use this information to share something fun and memorable about yourself and kind of funny, honestly, because I feel like a lot of the winners in the past, like they say something funny or something really inspiring during this segment, and it's not necessarily going to win the crown for them there, but it's going to get them like a little bit closer. It's going to help them inch closer to that crown at the end of the night. Now the semifinalists perform to Roxanne from the movie Moulin Rouge, and I absolutely love this song. It's one of my favorite songs. And I just love this show. I love this show so much. So my standouts here though were Guadeloupe, face all day. Also Lorraine, face, just so beautiful on stage. Tahiti, I like her hair pulled back actually. I really like this look on her. Picardie, very, very pretty. I think Martinique, beautiful, just absolutely, just a yes. Nord-Pas-de-Calais stood out to me, as well as Côte d'Azur and Normandie. I thought she was so fun. I like the next segment, kind of a carnival theme, and I like the male dancers opening. It reminds me a lot of Mr. Supranational. They have great performances, great dancers at that show, and that was fabulous. Couple of my standouts, Corse. I like Guadeloupe, and she did the samba. Yes, she was out there sambaing. I was so happy. Lorraine, again, I feel like a lot of my favorites earlier in the show, they're going to continue to be my favorites. Tahiti, I think that she needed a little bit more camera time. Martinique, I was very surprised that I didn't feel like she really brought anything to the end of the runway, like a unique pose or turn or facial expression. So that surprised me, but maybe I missed it because once again, I feel like the cameras kind of cut her off. Then we have Nord-Pas-de-Calais, and very, very pretty, great energy that she was bringing to the stage. I just love that. Just so energetic and lively. And then Aquitaine, I really liked her here. It was interesting though that throughout the show, I feel like for the different segments, it was always hit or miss for me with her. And then Côte d'Azur, very pretty. Normandie, I love how happy she was the entire time. Bourgogne, very beautiful. I would only say that my critique of this particular scene was that if you weren't in the front row, that you were blocked because of the feathers. So I wish they would have been swapping lines here and there. Now we can talk about the farewell of our outgoing queen. I love her. I really want to see her compete. Now that is a possibility in the future. That often happens at Miss France where they don't compete at Miss Universe during their year. They wait a year or two, or they go to Miss World. So I really want to see her compete internationally. I love her. Now the top 5 was presented on stage, and we saw this scene, this setting with all of these beautiful ballerinas, and it was just, once again, it was just my ultimate girlhood dreams are lived out through this pageant, and I just love it. I will say though, I did prefer the gowns of the past that the contestants have been in. I don't think these were the best final gowns that we've seen, but I mean, still beautiful, lovely feather details, very kind of Swan Lake inspired. I also want to say, I think this was a great top 5. When I looked at all of their performances and considered overall presentation, I really loved this top 5. I thought it was very, very solid. So let's talk about their questions and answers. And thank you so much to my dear friend online that was able to translate these. This wouldn't be the same without you. Nord-Pas-de-Calais was asked, how would you use your title to inspire the younger generations? And she says, thank you, Diane, for this question. Good evening to those watching, and thank you for this placement. If I had to inspire the younger generations, which I myself am a part of, I would say that it is not about your age, but rather about your maturity, because today I find myself on the Miss France stage at the age of 18. So everything is possible, even at a young age. I would also say that the future generations can learn from their predecessors. Today, I am on a platform and the diversity is very present. I could be the first Miss France of Maghreb origins. I'm not sure what what that is in this translation. And that is a strong message for the future generations as well as the present ones. Thank you so much. So I think she really held her own here. She is very, very young, and I do feel like the audience that gets to vote and the judges, that they could have been taking her age into account, but she was very, very beautiful too. Côte d'Azur. Do you believe that self-confidence is important to be Miss France, and why? And she says, first of all, thank you for this question. Is self-confidence necessary? Truth be told, I myself don't have self-confidence every day. I am a simple woman and shy as well, but I remain ambitious. I am not afraid to be daring, and I'm before you tonight, and I'm very happy to be spending this moment with you. I believe we should always dream big, always be daring, and keeping our ambitions in front and center despite any difficulties. At first you may say, oh my gosh, it's so tough, but in the end, how proud of myself I am. Now, I feel like anytime a contestant is going to use a self-descriptor, like I'm shy or I'm timid, in an onstage question or in an interview, it can be a deterrent for judges in that moment. Because typically when we think of title holders, we're not going to be associating words like shy or timid with them. We're more so going to think about words like confident, one who takes initiative, one who is friendly and outgoing, and those are usually the qualities that we're associating with the title holder. So if you say that the qualities that you possess are in contrary to those things, you're kind of counting yourself out at that point. Guadeloupe. What's the biggest lesson you've learned from participating in this competition? She says, good evening. The biggest lesson I've learned from participating in Miss France is that in life we need to be daring. I'll be honest with you, I was enlisted for Miss Guadeloupe by friends, and without them I wouldn't have been here tonight. More importantly, they saw in me what I couldn't see. And ever since, my motto is, being daring is the starting point of victory. And being well surrounded pushes us to go beyond our limits and give the best of what we have. Thank you. I think that Miss Guadeloupe had a pretty good answer here. I do feel like the delivery could have been a little bit more improved, but I think overall pretty good answer. Now we have Miss Corse. And she was asked, as Miss France, how would you use your voice to sensitize the French with regards to the challenges related to climate change? And she said, good evening, thank you for this question. And then she goes, I was sure. Similar to many things in life, it all starts with education. It is with education that we can sensitize the younger generations regarding this topic, which is so important since we only have one planet. Let us preserve it. We are not alone. Thank you. So her answer was short compared to the other contestants. I don't think that would have been the worst thing ever, but I think it was the delivery that really hurt her here with her performance. It seemed like she lost her confidence even going into this answer. Miss Martinique was asked, according to you, why is it that Miss France inspires and is liked by the French people? And she said, good evening. Thank you, Clémence, for this question. I believe that Miss France is liked so much by the French people because among us present here today, I'm sure that everyone will be able to see themselves in one of the candidates. From the most dynamic to the most joyful to the most funny to the most smiling, each of them has made this experience an extraordinary one, and I think that is transmitted through your screen. We each have differences, and I think that more and more Miss France seeks to showcase those differences and show that we actually have voices, and that is maybe why the French people like us. Great answer, but a phenomenal delivery. That is what really, really made her stand out. Like, when she said that answer, I was like, oh, winner. Like, how could you not win? If you watched this pageant and heard that answer and saw her deliver it, you're like, how is she not the winner at the end of the night? I would have been shocked. So let's talk about our placements. Fourth runner-up was Côte d'Azur. I think this made sense because she talked about how she is shy. Third runner-up, Guadeloupe. I honestly think that with Corse's delivery that she could have been placed as third runner-up, but this happens. Second runner-up was Corse. And then first runner-up, Nord-Pas-de-Calais, and our queen is Miss Martinique. So congratulations to her and to all of the contestants. I'm really excited. I'm excited to see who they're gonna send to Miss Universe this year. Sometimes things change, so we'll see what happens. But either way, being a Miss France is a huge opportunity for your life. And it's a very, very special and a great honor to have. So congratulations to all of the ladies.